I think they're going to come in with a little bit of an edge, a little bit of a chip, trying to make that big jump from week 1 to week 2. We're trying to make the jump up again. And like I said, there are a lot of things that we did really well in that last game.
It's just always great to win, right? And for our offense, I feel like we've been rolling at a high level, just being able to be really good on third down. And if we score touchdowns in the red zone, I think it would be a really good offense this upcoming year.
That didn't really stick out to me about him, honestly. Like, you know, in the past, there's been a talk about, you know, 5-star this, 5-star that, you know, like, I done been around plenty 5-stars, 4-stars, you know, that it don't scare me, you know what I'm saying? So, and I done played, you know, competition technically, you know, higher than them, you know, if you want to include Alabama and all that. I done played up to their competition, so, you know, going against a guy like Nico, like, it's no surprise, you know, no excitement, nothing like that.
Oh, you just had to be at Allegiant Stadium last night for a historical win with the Rebels. Dan Mullen remains undefeated in Las Vegas, improving to 3-0, defeating UCLA for the first time in program history. Hi, everyone. Welcome into the RebZone. I'm Paloma Villicana. The Rebels are off to another historic season here in Las Vegas. And get this, Dan Mullen has become the first head coach in UNLV history to win his first 3 games since 1976. And this team is only getting better each week, rolling into the bye week undefeated at 3-0. Big show tonight on the RebZone. Let's take a look back at the epic highlights from Saturday night in what felt like a long game at Allegiant Stadium. Awesome to see Dan Mullen running out the tunnel, setting the tone with his team. A lot of heat between the Bruins and Rebels this week, leading up to a chippy matchup. Here comes Anthony Calandria, a dart to his 6'6" tight end Nick Elksnis, the former Gator. The Rebels coming out rolling. First drive of the game would end with a 50-yard kick from the sophomore Ramon Villa. You bet. Rebels on the board first at Allegiant. Out come the Bruins. UNLV's defense says they ain't scared of no 5-star quarterback. UCLA quarterback Nico Iamaleava is sacked on back-to-back plays. The Bruins are forced to punt. What a way to start the game for UNLV's defense. Next drive, Chef Calandria starts cooking over the middle to Elksnis, his first career touchdown. The Rebels up 10-zip over the Bruins. Second quarter, Iamaleava feeling the pressure from Paul Gunther's defense. Bruins ain't going nowhere at Allegiant. Next drive, Calandria looks right with a bomb to Troy O'Meara, the 6'4"'s first touchdown in scarlet and gray. The Rebels are rolling 17-zip, and UNLV is up 23-3 at halftime. Third quarter, watch out. Here come the Bruins clawing back. Iamaleava in the red zone. Easy touchdown. The Bruins are in the end zone. UCLA would later kick another field goal, and we got a ball game at Allegiant Stadium. UNLV up 23-13. Fourth quarter, Anthony Calandria, the magician, fakes the handoff to Jet Thomas, rolls right, and he's off. Calandria's got some legs, picking up 33 yards and the first down. Next play, the junior is just rolling, cooking, and loved seeing all those signs. Throws up a dime to another tight end, Varkey's Gums. Let the tight ends cook. The Rebs are pulling away 30-13 in the fourth quarter. UCLA says, oh, not so fast. This ball game ain't over. Iamaleava left wide open to roll in for his first rushing touchdown of the season. UCLA would add another field goal on the board, and it's a nail biter, 30-23 as the clock winds down in Las Vegas. 1 minute left in the ball game, and DB Amaris Brown says night-night to UCLA. They've been talking smack all week long. The Rebels hang on to their lead 30-23 and clinch their first dub over UCLA.
Yeah, no, I feel like the biggest thing is that we've been playing together since January, so we've kind of built a strong connection with everyone, the receivers, running backs, and the offensive line. And I feel like tonight we executed at a really high level in the first half. In the second half, I was kind of getting out of the pocket too early. The offensive line was barking their tails off. But at the end of the day, we got the win. That was the biggest deal.
We said earlier this week, you know, it's just preparation Monday through Thursday, you know, and all week at practice, you know, we was harping on them little details, you know, the right fit, staying in your gap, you know what I'm saying, just doing your 111, and, you know, we're going to come out with a victory. And I feel like, you know, we just went out there and executed, you know, from play one all the way to the last play, you know, and that's what helped us got this win today.
History was made here at Allegiant Stadium. Postgame with Coach Mullen, 30-23, first Big Ten win for UNLV in 22 years. We like to keep this history rolling here, Coach. How exciting is tonight?
I think it's really exciting for our guys. I think it's huge. I mean, obviously, we come in and what we're trying to do, building this program to win a game against a West Coast rival. I guess we don't play UCLA all the time, but I mean, it's Vegas against LA. Cities are 3 hours apart, right down the street, and so a huge win for our program, huge win for our guys, really proud of our players, but a huge win for the city of Las Vegas. I mean, that atmosphere, when we talked, we want to have big crowds, we want to have a college environment, an exciting environment. I mean, you hear that crowd in the second half, they came up, they supported us, they caused issues, they created some penalties for the UCLA offense. That's a big win, not just for all the Rebel fans out there, but that's a big win for the city of Las Vegas.
Love to see that UNLV football is the show on the Strip this weekend. Big win against UCLA. Let's talk about QB1 Anthony Calandria. Love to see the signs. Calandria cooking. What did you think about your quarterback cooking tonight?
He did a great job. He got bailed. Luckily his knee touched the ground on his one error in the game. But you know what? I think for him, I'm so proud of his growth, his development. And, one of the things we see and we talk about as a staff, and I always talk to him about is I don't want to like suppress him. What makes him? I've seen him play since he was a freshman in college. His ability to extend plays, his ability getting outside the box, his ability to create and make things happen on his own is fantastic. What I'm so proud of, though, is him learning and maturing how to be a great quarterback. Not just say, Coach, give me the ball, make plays. No. When it's make plays when you need to, but also be a quarterback. Just manage, deliver the ball, make good decisions, get us into the right place, and he's really been able to do that.
Yeah, I love to see his growth, his confidence, 3 wins under his belt. Let's talk about the tight ends stepping up tonight. I know you're recruited some of those guys. What did you think about using your tight ends tonight?
Fantastic. I told Nick Elkson's played for me at Florida a long time. I'm like, boy, it took us 5 years to get that touchdown catch in, that first touchdown. I knew it was coming. It just took a little longer than expected. You know what? I thought great reads. We were looking at different mismatches, what they were going to do. They were going to man up a lot on our wide receivers. And when we had some one-on-one shots, we had a great job with those guys making plays down the field. But we, looking on film, they were going to give us some tight end throws. And, and so those guys needed to come up, step up, and make the plays. And when we called their numbers, they did, and a couple huge catches for us.
You talk about improvement each week. What improvement do you want to see rolling into the bye week?
Well, right now, I want to get us healthy. I want to get everybody fresh. Yep. We've been going since, I think, July 22nd or 3rd, straight through. But we have way too many penalties, still some fit mistakes. I think the fourth down run that Nico had off the edge, we'd have no edge to the defense. Our safety ran inside. I mean, we're supposed to have a guy stand a couple times. We had a missed tackle right there. The constant execution offensively and the mistakes. Way too many penalties in that game for us. And penalties, listen, there's penalties you can control and penalties you can't control. Those are penalties we can control. Those are things that we have to fix as coaches and as a team, and our mental toughness and discipline. We'll talk about those things. The next biggest thing for us is, as a coaching staff and as players, there's so many new faces. Through 3 games, we're going to really reflect. What do we do well? What do we do poorly? Are we putting our guys in the right position to be successful on the field? I think that is so important. And now through 3 games, it's a great time to have a bye. We can go really study what we're doing well, what we're doing poorly, and do we have the right guys doing the right things as this season continues.
Coach Mullen said that UCLA is going to come in with an edge after Saturday's loss. What sticks out to you on tape about Nico?
Honestly, nothing really stick out to me about him, honestly. Like, in the past it's been to talk about, 5-star this, 5-star that, I done been around plenty 5-stars, 4-stars, that it don't scare me, you know what I'm saying? So, and I done played, competition technically, higher than them, if you want to include Alabama and all that. I done played up to their competition, so, going against a guy like Nico, it's no surprise, no excitement, nothing like that.
I guess we had a little viral moment this week. UNLV senior defensive back Amaris Brown answering my question about former 5-star quarterback Nico Iamaleava, the transfer from Tennessee, who was the story this offseason coming back to Los Angeles and playing for the Bruins. We'll see what pans out for the UCLA quarterback this season, but we do know one thing. The guy answering my question, Amaris Brown, looks like one of the best defensive backs in the country right now. Take a look at his stats. Just 3 games into the season, 3-0. Tampa native, making a splash here in Vegas, bringing the South Florida Heat to here in Las Vegas. Already has 3 picks this season, one of those a pick 6, and said night-night to Nico Iamaleava last night at Allegiant Stadium, putting the Bruins to bed. Not only is he a playmaker in the defensive backfield, but also a leader on this team.
Honestly, just coming into this program in January, it was a whole new team, a whole new group of guys, whole new staff, everything. And I've always been like that natural leader type of guy, And, when I got here, I talked with coach and everything like that. And, he told me straight up, like, I need you to step up and, be that leader. And I've been taking that role real seriously since I got here in January, and it just translated to the game today.
Coach, let's talk about your defense just coming out the gate, lights out, the back-to-back sacks on the first drive. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's a huge start for the defense, and obviously gave us that, kind of put them. When you look at the rhythm offensively, people are asking, like, what was so different? Well, we were in great rhythm in the first half offensively, and when that starts rolling, play calling comes out, the guys are executing, guys are making things happen. And our defense completely got them completely out of rhythm in the first half. They were able to find some rhythm in the second half, so we got out of rhythm. So, but you know what? Gunther did a great job. Keep coming after you, keep attacking, stayed steady, and we made at the end, we made the couple of the stops, and the goal line stop to hold them to a field goal, the turnover at the end of the game. We made the stops in the fourth quarter that we need to do to win game.
All 3 levels of the defense really executing well against UCLA. Let's talk about your leader, AB, in the backfield. He's just a special guy.
Huge pick, and the energy he brings. He comes in and brings energy. We brought him in. The thing I loved about him was his personality. Not just being a great player, but his personality. And I think that confidence, that swagger he has, I think is huge. And you see it in leadership. And we expect, one of the things that may be crazy, I think our guys coming into this game, we have a confident group. They expected to win the game, and they want to put it on their shoulders. AB's a guy that wants to put it on his shoulders to make plays, and I love guys like that.
We're wrapping up a night practice here at the Fertitta Football Complex, sitting down with a UNLV legend, Alani Makihele. We're so excited that you're on the RebZone, talking about your culture, talking about your career. It's been a unique career, starting with COVID. You were here at UNLV, you played last season at UCLA, you're back here. How excited are you for this week?
Man, I'm super excited. This is a personal week for me. There's a lot of ups and downs when I was back at UCLA. So, coming back over here and getting to play at a school that I was just at the school that I've been at my whole career, is probably one of the most special things that's ever happened to me.
UNLV football just wrapped up a huge football season, 11 wins for the first time in 40 years. Yep. Let's talk about making the decision to come back to Las Vegas. What was that like?
Making the decision, it was a no-brainer. As soon as I entered the portal, my DMs flooded with coaches from UNLV, and I'm like, man, at first, I wasn't even thinking that was an option, and then, as soon as I got a text from Coach Mullen and Coach Mullen, I'm like, yeah, I need to go back. And, I've been here my whole career, and so this is my second home, and so I love it out here.
New position coach this year, coming off a national championship. What is his energy like?
No, he's great. He's probably one of the best coaches I ever had. He's great. He's young, but he's very experienced. So, I respect him a lot. He's a great guy, great coach. He knows what he's doing, the ins and outs of football. If you have a question, he's going to have an answer to it. There's not a question that's not going to be answered when you're around him. So he's a great coach. He's really experienced. So I appreciate him a lot.
Exciting, really exciting to watch you guys during practice. Let's talk about the guys to the left and to the right of you. What can you say about this year's offensive line?
This year's offensive line is special. Obviously, Boyd, I played with Boyd in 2023 when he was a young freshman. I remember when he was a little baby, the palm of my hand. But he's very mature. He's a grown adult now. So, he's good. He's got a lot of experience from last season, too. And Reed is probably one of the best centers I played with. Super smart. He knows the ins and outs of the first, second, and third level defenders. So he's really good. And then Malik, obviously, and the left tackle fam and Will, they're super good players as well.
Speaking of the dub, just love to see how confident Anthony Calandria is playing right now. Really efficient. What are you seeing from number 10?
Number 10 is a great player. He's a real vocal leader. So he's gonna he's gonna lead, you know. And so when you're in that huddle, he's gonna tell you what you have to do, and he's just gonna take, you know, control. And that's what we look for in a quarterback, you know. So he's very skilled as well. He's very fast. So sometimes it's not what you want if you miss a block, but I know sometimes if a guy gets through and I turn around, and Anthony Calandra, he's gone, and somebody's on the floor, and I'm like, how did he, you know what I'm saying? So he's a real good ball player, and I'm excited to play with him for the rest of the year.
Every snap, every down, are you thinking of your culture, your hometown?
Yeah, so I'm Tongan from the island of Tonga, and so it's in the South Pacific, and so wherever I go, you know, I'm throwing the T's. So if you see me on the field and I'm doing this or doing one of these, it's really for my culture of the island of Tonga from back home. So, you know, that's one of the biggest things to me is my culture and my family, and you know, I know my family is really big in my culture, so you know, my culture is also really big to me as well.
Want to wrap it up with Coach Mullen? Just what an honor it is to play for him. How much you've learned under him.
Oh yeah, Coach Mullen. This is one of the most different head coaches I've ever had in my life, because like we'll be on the field and out of nowhere, whoosh, and we turn around, change the whole play, and it works. And I'm like, oh, he's playing Madden, like real life Madden, you know. And so he's probably one of the smartest coaches I ever played with. So even he knows every position, O-line, because you know some head coaches, they only know one position and know how to play call, you know. But he knows every position. So I come off the field, if Coach Solani is busy, you know, talking to someone else, and I look around and Coach Mullen's right there, I'll go ask Coach Mullen. He'll have the same exact answer Coach Solani will have for me. So, I mean, he's a real special coach. He's a leader, and he's a good guy as well. He's a real family man. So, I mean, I love playing under Coach Mullen.
Had the chance to sit down with Alani this week on the RebZone. This was a personal win for him. Just the O-line, their efficiency, their growth each week. What are you seeing from those guys?
Well, they're coming together. You know, Alani's a guy, missed spring, came in late, but he's a veteran player, started here before. I know it was a huge game for him. He was a game captain for us today, played at UCLA last year, knows a lot of guys on the team, coaches, but came home here to Vegas to come play for us for his final year. But you see those guys growing together, continuing to grow, continue to come together. Mike Solani's doing a great job with the offensive line, getting them ready to play. And I am pleased with the consistency up front with how we've gone. That's another one. We're going to look at those guys. Are we running the right schemes and attacking people the right way for their strengths? We'll look at that this week.
Yeah, no, I feel like the biggest thing is that we've come together as a family, as an offense. So, and we're also super close off the field. So that's the biggest thing. If you're a close football team off the field, you can win football games. We've been playing together since January. So we've kind of built a strong connection with everyone, the receivers, running backs, and the offensive line. And I feel like tonight we executed at a really high level in the first half. In the second half, I was kind of getting out of the pocket too early. The offensive line was bucking the tails off. But at the end of the day, we got the win. That was the biggest deal.
We'll wrap it up with just the game day environment. Like I mentioned, this is the biggest show in Las Vegas. What did you think about best show? What did you think about Allegiant tonight?
I'll tell you what, it was rocking. That's what we want. You know, when we talk about we want to bring big-time college football here to the city of Las Vegas. If you were in the stadium tonight, you were a fan, you know, that experience, one, I thank everybody. I want to thank everybody, all the UNLV fans, everybody in the city of Las Vegas, not just coming, but standing up, cheering, creating a home field advantage for us. That is what it's all about. I hope everybody had a lot of fun. Hope you had a great time, because we got a bunch more home games for you to come out to and come experience. It's something for the whole family. I mean, you want to see smiling faces and people say, hey, this college football thing's really cool. I want to be a part of it, and we need everybody in the city of Las Vegas to jump on board and join in.